Voices for Children advocates for abused and neglected children and youth in the St. Louis area by representing their best interests in court and in the community. Here to share with us is Executive Director Steve Moergen. Thank you for being here today.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm very happy to be here.
What are some of the issues that foster children might encounter?
Well, so you can only imagine they've been removed from their homes because of abuse, neglect, exploitation, sometimes a combination of all three of those. And so then when they enter into foster care, they're in a very strange and unusual environment. This is an environment that they've never experienced before. So they've gone through all of this trauma that's caused them to be taken from their families, and now they're in a system that is strange and foreign to them. And so fortunately for the 1,800 and some odd children who are in protective custody in the St. Louis City and St. Louis County area, there are foster parents out there that just do a magnificent job. And some of these children need deeper therapy than others, and there's foster parents that are particularly trained and pay attention to those kinds of things.
So let's talk about Voices for Children. When you come into the picture, how does life change for these children in the foster care system?
Well, they finally have a voice that advocates for them. And so whether it's in court, whether it's with a pediatrician, whether it's in school, whether it's therapists, certainly within the team, so that's a combination of case managers, deputy juvenile officers, educators, doctors, that sort of thing. We provide that voice for them, and we also provide legal services in the 22nd Circuit Court, which is St. Louis City Family Court.
So how does a child get into how do you get knowledge of a child that's in the foster care system so that you can connect with them?
Yeah, so we are notified by the courts. And so in the city, the family court will contact us and let us know that this child or these children have come into custody, and then we're responsible for basically taking that case and to begin that advocacy. In the county, those children are referred to us from the juvenile officers who are on staff in the St. Louis County Family Court.
And you said there are about 1,800 children right now in foster care in the St. Louis area?
Yes, in the greater St. Louis area.
And how many of them are you advocating for right now?
Close to 1,000. We would advocate for more if we had stronger funding. We could hire more staff, and that would allow us to bring case advocacy supervisors, which are MSWs and LCSW social workers, and then attorneys, guardian ad litems, onto our staff, and then we could increase our capacity.
The thought that there are children in the foster care system right now that can't get the help that you provide because there isn't funding is kind of a gut wrencher.
It is. It is. They, the younger children are, they have a deep sense of lack of security, and the older children, unfortunately, are many times ignored. They are raised by the system, and fortunately there's groups like Ready by 21 and some other organizations that are coming around these older children so they know how to grocery shop and balance a checkbook and that sort of thing. And we do as much of that as we can for those older children that we advocate for, but there's a lot out there that don't have an advocate.
We have to take a break, but before we do, how can people help with what you need?
Yeah, two principal ways, Raynah. One would be certainly through contributions and donations, either the company that you work for or yourself individually. And then the second thing is to contact us if you have a interest in volunteering. So we have between 250 and 300 court-appointed special advocates.
Okay, hold that thought. When we come back, let's talk a little bit more about
Perfect.
the volunteering and how people can help.
Great.
Stay with us at STL Live. We'll have more with Voices for Children after this break.